how can we be Hawaiian in Hawaii in this era where a lot of us don't even look Hawaiian? I
Hmm.
think that's the biggest struggle, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Wow. Okay.
and then we can even get into like tattoos because
Yeah.
people who aren't Polynesian or don't have a connection getting
Hmm.
tattoos, does is that appropriate in that? But we'll just
Hmm.
start from the
Yeah.
real basic.
Well, I'm gonna define, and this is sometimes it rubs people the wrong way, but I don't necessarily prescribe to the idea that Hawaiian has to be an ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
And as an ethnic Hawaiian, I can say that, you know. But I also understand that the most important aspect of quote unquote Hawaiianness
Mm-hmm.
um, is the ideology. So the way the kupuna thought, the way the kupuna lived, and the behaviors that were generated through that lifestyle. That's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need dark skin uh, to shift your behaviors. You don't need um, Hawaiian features to enact kupuna like indigenous behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah. So it's almost like it's a mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does,
And I want to. I mean, because shucks. Yeah, we'll go with mindset. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I think it's deeper than that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it's a way of being, maybe. I mean, but
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's a mindset. I understand what you're saying.
Like maybe so even deeper than a mindset, a lifestyle. It's.
It's got to touch your soul.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've got to crack through the space that religion occupies in us.
Mm-hmm.
We have to.
So would you say it's Hawaiian could almost be like a religion where there's these guiding principles, these values, these morals of being Hawaiian, of believing that you are Hawaiian?
Well, that's where initially
Mm-hmm.
religion, um, that's the space it occupies, is the
Mm-hmm.
morals and ethics and
Mm-hmm.
values. And so for my own thinking, because I'm not trying to dismantle any other religion, other than these are particular ideas that come from specific religions, that allow us to feel like we can conquer each other or conquer the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have this idea of dominion over the world, you take yourself into this almost battle with the world. Like I read this author called it, like, the concept of the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Calling nature the wild puts a negative spin on not just nature but natural processes,
Mm-hmm.
and then it provides a space of separation between humans and the natural world, like we're
Mm-hmm.
better or different. And religion says that.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we get it from, as a derivative or a creature created in the image of God. We ourselves are almost godlike.
Yeah.
And so we enact behaviors where you think you're godlike. You begin to do things like this, like, overpopulate,
Mm-hmm.
and then, and I don't want to get too far off responding to the question you asked, but you get to a place where you overpopulate, um, a small area, and then you see the effects of that overpopulation,
Mm-hmm.
meaning economic, ecological downfall, disease,
Mm-hmm.
bad health, famine.
Mm-hmm.
You start to see that those are the character. I mean, it's easy to it's a natural process.
Mm-hmm.
It happens to any animal that grows beyond
Mm-hmm.
its capacity in a small area,
Too
beyond
many
its
mouths to
resources.
feed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it happens. But then you actually blame that on a spiritual aspect and not the biological,
Mm-hmm.
because if you keep it into the natural realm, if the natural realm becomes your religion,
Mm-hmm.
then you actually live by natural rules. You
Mm-hmm.
actually think that they're valuable. But when you extend where your morals and values come from a space that um, don't necessarily include nature,
Mm-hmm.
because the stories of many of the monotheistic religions don't talk about nature much. It's really
Mm-hmm.
about the human experience.
Mm-hmm.
And when you focus just on the human experience, you can't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that idea of Hawaiian stems from not skin color, but where you're drawing and extracting your morals, ethics, and values from,
Mm-hmm.
because that is where our actions grow from.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our behaviors grow from.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah. And And through all that, there needs to be a connection to the land,
Hmm.
and not
Yeah,
just like you said,
obviously.
not
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
as the wild, like the wild, and
Hmm.
that's the wild. We're the tame species.
Yeah, yeah.
We're better
We're
than that.
civilized. Yeah,
Where it's really almost like equals.
yeah.
Maybe even like the land
Well,
is even more than
you
us.
go to the
Yeah,
kawa,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
yeah, at the land.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
And
It's
yeah,
competing stories, though. Just so, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that
yeah.
there are competing stories, and part of the confusion is one of the stories says that you can't believe any of the stories.
Mm.